Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Business Professor Show. J. Mance Gordon here, your host. What we're going to talk about today is a question I've received from students for many years, and it's why do we have general education requirements in college? Now, if you've been to college, you probably realize that your first year and a half to 2 years of college are taken up by general education requirements. And these general education requirements are traditionally very similar to the same courses that you had already taken in your high school environment. That is, you've taken English, history, social sciences, things like economics, sociology, psychology, things of that nature. You've taken them in high school already, and then it seems like you're largely repeating those things in college. So why is that, and why are they there? Well, the underlying premise there is that there's a liberal arts element in all of the colleges in the United States, and that was adopted early from the European model that was brought over with the Pilgrims and the early universities from Harvard, University of Virginia, all the other schools that were founded very early in the countries, adopted that approach that a well-rounded education was the most important thing. Generally, early in these institutions, there weren't even specific majors. There was simply the baccalaureate degree where you could say, hey, I completed the program of study at this school, but you didn't have a specific concentration or major. And the idea here was it reinforced your understanding of common areas of value in society. That is, you could relate to others across a broad spectrum and navigate yourself sufficiently based upon the information in these areas. Because many times you'll study things that may not be directly related to a functional task. In accounting, you learn how to do very procedural stuff. Okay, but you may also in philosophy learn things that help you think and reason through scenarios that are not related to specific tasks. It's related to your overall ability to understand things and to address situations as they arise. So, with that being said, colleges adopted this model that this well-rounded education was going to serve you better. And then it slowly evolved into we're also going to offer specialization in different fields. We're going to offer areas of study that otherwise weren't available previously in undergraduate, before the undergraduate experience, that is in high school. You didn't get exposed to, say, business or engineering or law or medicine or something of that nature. So they began to specialize so you could study areas in that regard. But the liberal arts focus stayed. And I will argue that is extremely valuable. Now, at thebusinessprofessor.com, we focus on one given area, this functional area of business practice and the information that's conveyed in the practical work environment as well as in academic institutions to hopefully reinforce and help you understand what's going on. But the value of the overall liberal arts education in this well-rounded approach to including science, social science, mathematics, history, literature, the arts, things of that nature into your general education is it helps you think more broadly. Probably most importantly, it allows you to understand others. You can more adequately assess someone's influences and their ways of thinking based upon the things that they have exposure to and knowledge of. So even if you're not taken by the arts, but you have an understanding of the arts such that when you meet someone who is a lover or appreciator of the arts, you can understand more what motivates them. And that helps in so many realms, not just in your interaction with them, but it helps you understand their point of view and their argument. And that's what I've always said about education, that the more you understand, the more you realize you don't understand. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. And that's a problem for the absence of any of these things in a well-rounded education. If you haven't had exposure to history, arts, sciences, etc., all of a sudden you have no appreciation for what you don't know. So again, is there value in including this in the undergraduate degree? Absolutely. Is it absolutely necessary for everyone? No. Now, if you're not going to study English and you took English in high school and you gained a level of proficiency such that you were able to demonstrate it, most colleges, when you go into them, if you can demonstrate a level of proficiency in certain classes, you can do a couple of things. You can either take AP courses and get credit for them ahead of time, or you can take tests that allow you to pass over that course and not take it. The school system in which I've primarily taught, they call it CLEPing it, and that may be uniform across the United States, that name. same, where you take an examination to determine your level of proficiency. And if you have that level of proficiency, you do not have to take that course. You can take the subsequent course in that line if you wish. So that is always an option to others. And if you're going to spend the same amount of time, you could substitute that course for something else that is more in line with what you want to do, or actually cover some of the bases in which you don't have that depth of proficiency already developed. So you've never taken an economics course and you're not going to study business? Well, okay, take that economics course, right? It's something that can fill the gap for otherwise understanding that you didn't have. So there's a ton of value there. And I will say for employers as well. Employers oftentimes have told me that the crucial element that's missing with many of their employees is the employee's ability to effectively communicate. Well, part of that communication process is not having the ability to recognize the areas where people have interest and to have things to communicate about. Having the knowledge base to talk with people with whom you are going to interact in the workplace, whether that's customers, clients, other people in the organization, people above you, people below you. One of the premises of thebusinessprofessor.com, even if you don't intend to undertake a career path that primarily involves business, you are going to be a skilled practitioner in an organization forever. Well, the information that's there still is very beneficial to you and your ability to relate to those above you, beside you, and below you who are primarily concerned not with your skill set or your area, but in the workings of the business. So you begin to speak that common language. And that's what the general education courses that you'll encounter in the undergraduate experience have to offer. They will make you better able to communicate and relate to others in whatever context you encounter them. So that's just food for thought. Hopefully that inspires some level of thought or opinion in it. If you do, jump on the forums, get the conversation started. I hope to see you around the community soon. Until then, take care. Hello everybody. I hope you're enjoying the content, and please pardon the interruption. I just want to take a moment to remind you that this is just a small sample of the various resources we have in our academy at thebusinessprofessor.com. We have long-form book summaries, business courses, business and legal templates, a career TV channel, an AI-powered business encyclopedia, recent headlines, and lots of other benefits to explore as well. So please, I hope to see you as a member of the community sometime in the future.